But it's very important to understand when you talk about the internet or you talk about the World Wide Web, you're not talking about a single concept. You're talking about a place that has multiple dimensions. I'd like to explain the difference between the dark web and the deep web. Think of it in these terms. There is first a surface web that you are on regularly, where you do your regular browsing and you're looking at things through publicly available browsers like Google. The deep web you deal with every day, but you may not think of it as the deep web, and you may have it confused with a different part of the web, which is called the dark web. The dark web is where you can't get to it unless you have access to a special search tool which is encrypted. Most people spend most of their time on the surface web, and then they might go into the deep web where they have a password for purposes of confidentiality. The dark web is a place where a lot of transnational crime occurs. It is a place where a lot of the criminal investigations have gone to try and stop people who are engaged in human trafficking, people who are engaged in the sale of illegal guns, the sale of drugs. There are actually legitimate reasons that someone might be on the dark web that don't involve crime. If you were talking about political dissidents in a country where there was an oppressive authoritarian regime, where people might be trying to communicate with the press or the worldwide press to let people know that atrocities are occurring, and if they didn't have the ability to communicate over the dark web, their oppressors would be able to locate them. Also, there are occasions where whistleblowers may find that there is no other resort for them other than to make an anonymous communication over the internet that would disclose an abuse or an atrocity that they could not otherwise bring to the attention of either the press or the proper authorities without bringing a risk to themselves. So the dark web may have some important applications that are legal, but generally the large portion of the activity on the dark web is a haven for illegal conduct.